they're still stuck on the ark. Noah had sent out some birds to make sure, like, okay, can we get off this ark yet? Like, are we good to go or what? And the birds circle back. They have no place to land. And it's just like, when can we get off this boat? Hey, it's Rachel. Today on Crack Your Bible, we are going to just do the overview for Genesis 7 and 8. Genesis 7, 8, 9, the story of Noah. This will be located in the Noah's Ark playlist, which will be right up here. But also it will be in the Genesis 7, 8, 9 playlist, which will be up here, which will have all the videos that are specifically only the verse-by-verse videos so that we can go in depth. And this one will just be the general overview of what happened with Noah's Ark. Now, remember we talked about Genesis 6 and how there were Nephilim on the earth, and they were mating with human women, creating these hybrids. They were creating demigods, titans, all sorts of things, all of these things that other cultures have, and they've given them names to represent these half-human, half-gods. Now, this is not God's plan. We know that these fallen angels, they want to make sure that no Messiah is able to come through and redeem humanity. So they want to pollute the bloodline so that a Messiah who comes through Eve, her seed, that will bruise the head of the serpent, Satan, will not be able to exist. So God gets Noah. Noah is the only one who is uncorrupted by this Nephilim bloodline, and Noah, his wife, their 3 kids, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, and each of their wives, they get to build an ark. So for 120 years, they're building this ark. Now, everybody else, they're going about doing their thing. They have 120 years to be like, oh, what is that guy over there doing? Like, why is there an ark? Because there's never been a flood, none of that, and they're just gonna go do their own thing. They don't care. Obviously, Noah has let people know what's up, because you don't just build an ark for no reason. You have to interact with people. You have to interact with people because you have to purchase the lumber, you have to learn how to ship build, all sorts of things. So people knew what was up, but people did not care. And God's like, I'm going to have to wipe this earth because I'm not dealing with this. Like, Satan is not going to mess this up for everybody. Like, he rebelled and he is still going to be punished. You're not going to kill the judge, kill the DA, kill all the witnesses so that you can get off scot-free. Nope. I'm going to put a stop to this. You are still going to be punished, Satan. He's going to be thrown into the lake of fire, okay? So don't even worry about it. But Noah, he's building this ark, and just pretend that I am the narrator here. I don't want to be Noah's wife. You'll find out why. Noah's wife and his daughter-in-laws probably had their head covered because, well, women know what it's like to be around a lot of lecherous guys. You just want to, like, cover yourself up, like, please do not give me attention. Can I just get in and out of here without the remarks? And I mean, you guys even see it on this channel. Like, there's people that are, like, completely clueless when it comes to social things. So they'll make, like, lecherous comments, and you're just like, really? Really? Like, can we not? So women, obviously, especially Noah's family, they don't want to be attacked and raped by angels. So they are going to probably, we can just assume, based off of 1 Corinthians, that they probably covered their head. 1 Corinthians, Paul is telling the people, it's probably a good idea that you cover your head because of the angels. It's like camouflage. Like, don't even look at me. Let me just go. I have 120 years to get on this ark, okay? Like, just let me be. So, anyway, 120 years passes. They've been building this ark. Could you imagine the stress of building an ark way back in the day And on top of it, you're having to work with just your family. I know in my family, we would probably have killed each other over the course of 120 years. Like, y'all know how it is. Like, it's, no, it would be super annoying. So in Noah's 600th year, like, imagine what you would look like at 600 years old. You've been building this boat for 120 years with your family. Everybody is nuts. Your neighbors are crazy. They're having sex with fallen angels. There's hybrids going around. Like, your adrenals would be shot. I can only imagine what you would look like at 600 years old. But they get on the ark, and God gathers together all of the animals. He gathers a pair of unclean animals and 7 pairs of clean animals and sends them onto the ark. Now, we talk about this in the playlist in these videos, where you're not going to have like a billion animals, because it's a kind of animals. So you wouldn't have like 7,000 different types of dog breeds. You would have their one ancestor type. So a wolf, like a pair of wolves, and all of the dogs came from that one pair. That goes for all the animals, and that's how you cut down on, number one, the amount of animals that you have on the ark, but it also explains how we have genetic diversity, even in humans, when we all came from Adam and Eve. You have different genes that come from your parents. Some are recessive traits, some are dominant traits, and those are going to come through in different ways for their offspring. So anyway, they get up on the ark, they have all the food on board, and God shuts the door. He's like, okay, we're done. Lights, camera, action. Just like it was in the days of Noah, that's what it's going to be like when Jesus returns. People are going to be eating, drinking, gallivanting, doing their thing, being messy, and then all of a sudden God's going to come back and they're going to be like, I made a mistake. Too late, people. It's too late. The door is already shut. God starts bringing the rains after 7 days, and people start dying. Animals start dying. Everything is flooded, and it goes so far that it's 22.5 feet above the tallest mountain peak. That is underwater. And for the remainder of the Shana Me'uberet, which is a pregnant year, it's a Jewish leap year, Noah is on the ark. Oh, gosh, could you imagine? 385 days is how long Noah's 600th year is. So, waters start subsiding, and they are still stuck on the ark, because after a flood, you can't just like immediately get out. It's going to be muddy. You're going to get trench foot. Your animals are going to have issues. There's not going to be anywhere for animals or people to like make camp. So they're still stuck on the ark. Noah had sent out some birds to make sure, like, okay, can we get off this ark yet? Like, are we good to go or what? And the birds circle back. They have no place to land. And it's just like, when can we get off this boat? But Noah sends out another bird, a dove, and it brings back an olive branch. So he's like, okay, there's some green stuff growing. That means the waters have subsided enough that we can get off this boat. If you've ever been on a boat and you've been seasick, could you imagine, like, how long this would be? Ugh. Might be like a good weight loss plan. Just like never being hungry because you're constantly nauseous from being on a boat, and the smells from all the animals, like, gross, like rough, adrenals shot. So anyway, they get off the ark, and God makes a covenant with his new baby, Noah, because he has been rebirthed, just like a baptism. We talk about that in these videos. But God says, you know what? I know y'all are going to mess up again. Such is life, right? Like, if you have kids, you know that I love you, but I know that one day you are going to mess up, and you're going to mess up multiple times, But I am not going to wipe this entire world out with a flood again. So, whenever you guys see a rainbow, remember my promise. Like, I know you guys are a mess. I know you guys are going to get messy, and I know it's going to get worse, but I'm not going to do it like this anymore, where I just wipe everything clean. So here's my rainbow. Make sure you look at that so that you can remember this covenant, this aliyah that has happened here today, this promise that I love you and I'm not going to wipe off the entire earth again. Not only that, but Noah sacrifices some animals, and God says it is cool that they eat everything now. Now you're not just going to be vegetarians. Now you can eat all the meats. That's a plus. Meat's really good. So, yeah, that's a plus. After being on the Ark with a vegetarian diet, could you imagine how hangry you would be? Don't even want to know. So you'd think everything's cool, right? Like, we all survived this cataclysmic flood, everybody mating with Nephilim and all this kind of stuff. Like, okay, things should be cool now, right? Nope, of course not, because humans are a mess. Noah plants a vineyard. Things are different now. I mean, the atmosphere is different. The vault of heaven has come down. All sorts of crazy stuff has happened to make this flood possible. So now the atmosphere is different. Noah plants a vineyard and he gets drunk. Maybe he wasn't used to it. Maybe he's like, wow, this is like drinking Everclear instead of like drinking slightly fermented grape juice. So he is just knocked out. But you have to understand that in the Bible, when they talk about like, oh, we're in the vineyard, it's a euphemism for like having sex. So Noah gets naked and he goes in to have sex with his wife, but his disgusting, terrible son Ham rolls up on Noah's wife. I hope this is not Noah's children's mom, but we don't know. Ham rapes Noah's wife while Noah is drunk, because this is a power play. Like, I'm sure all of you guys have watched every historical drama ever. I haven't watched Game of Thrones, but I'm sure this exists, where rape is about power and control. Like, if you go in to rape somebody, it's not because you're just like overcome with lust for this person. It's because you want to control them. So this was a power play, saying like, I'm about to steal your girl. I'm going to take your girl so that I am showing that I am usurping you. I'm the one in charge now. You thought that you were in charge? No, I'm in charge, so I'm taking your women. It is a power play. Noah's other sons, Shem and Japheth, are like, we are not down for this. So they cover Noah up. And Noah, when he comes to, when he sobers up, there's some time that has passed. He finds out that his wife is pregnant after this rape, and she is pregnant with Canaan. You might have heard of this from like the land of Canaan. So this kid was a product of incest, a product of a power play to try to usurp Noah in this new world because he wants to be in charge of everything. Like, really, there's 8 of you. Like, I'm pretty sure there's enough land to go around, no? Like, how greedy can you be? So it's not like Noah and his family were saved because they were just like so upstanding and not completely trashy or anything like that. It's like only because they were not mixed with Nephilim DNA. That's why they were saved. Noah lays down the law. He's like, I'm not blessing this kid over here. Like, this is, nope, this isn't being blessed. But he blesses Shem and Japheth. And this is prophetic because the Messiah will come through Shem, but Japheth, his descendants, the Gentiles, will live in the same tents as Shem. So they're going to come together and live in one house, the dwelling place of the Lord. So through this prophetic word that Noah speaks. He is foretelling of the Gentiles and Jews coming together to be God's people. And Canaan, the unnatural sex, the ones that want to usurp the position that God has placed, they're out. They are going to be the servants to Shem and Japheth. So they're not rising up in the ranks. So that is basically the story of Noah's Ark. It's not just like, oh, Noah got on a boat with some animals and that was that. No, it's a really crazy story, and it's about sex throughout the story. It's really crazy, and I hope you will go check out the playlist so that you can see all of this explained more in depth. But I would love for you to like, subscribe, and share, and I will talk to you later. Bye.